Remove the first capital letter from each element. In the last task, we've used pattern matching approach to solve it, and we can use the similar technique here. What's our objective? In this challenge, we practice reading and transforming arrays, so similar as the previous one, and the task is to you are given a list of countries, each on a new line. The standard in this section, every task starts the same way, and we have to read it and then transform it in the following way. The first capital letter, if present in each element of the array, should be replaced with a dot, and that's the new part. But we have to find the first capital letter and then replace it with a dot in our string. Then display the entire array with a space between each country's names. Input standard strings on a separate lines, and for the output we have to display the transformed array. And here is an example: Namibia, Nauru, Nepal, and so on. And all of them start with an uppercase letter, so they are capitalized. And here in the output they simply replaced the first letter for each with dot. So maybe this task is even as simple as replacing the first character with a dot, but we can use the approach from the previous task with the pattern matching, and then we will be sure that we are matching the first capital letter even if it's not the first letter in the string. And so maybe there are some hidden test cases. I haven't tested it yet, and maybe there are those hidden test cases when they're giving us a country name that starts with a lowercase letter and there is some uppercase letter somewhere in the middle, for example. So let's go to the terminal and see what can we do. First, we will remind ourselves how to construct those pattern matching mechanisms in Bash, and let's write it in the comment. I can try it. We want to access the whole array with the $sign and curly brace and then array name. Then we are accessing all the elements with @ between the square brackets, and then we are using / the pattern that we want to use and the string that we want to replace every element from the array that matches this pattern. That's how it works. So we can create a sample, an example array, let's call it fruits, with apple, banana, and cherry inside. And now let's first display all the elements, the name of our array fruits, and then $sign, @sign, and that's how we can access all the elements. And now let's replace something. Let's replace A with dot. So first we will replace a single character, and then we will try to figure out how can we replace every uppercase letter. Paired fruits. A and dot. That's it. What do we have? We have apple, banana, cherry. Those are our elements. And in case of apple, A is the first letter, and it's replaced with this dot. And now for banana, we have a couple of A's inside, and they replaced only the first one, the one after B, with the dot, and the other two A's were untouched. And that's, I think, is a limitation of this particular mechanism. I think that it always tries to find only the first occurrence of the pattern, and it replaces it with a string that we provide. And I haven't figured out how to specify the number of occurrences of the pattern that we want to replace. Maybe it's not possible, maybe it's not supported, but maybe it is, and I simply don't know how to do it. But in case of this task, they only care about the first occurrence, so I think it's fine. And if you know the way how to do it, then please let me know in the comments. That might be interesting. And now let us try to figure out how to replace every uppercase letter. So we know that there are those classes or ranges that we can specify fruits inside regex. With square brackets, we can simply say that I want to match either A, B, or C. Any of those characters, if it's matched, then and we can match any of these characters with this regex. It doesn't have to be this one specific, it could be any of them. And we can also, inside those square brackets for regex, specify the whole range of characters. So you can say that we care about all the characters from uppercase A to uppercase Z. And those are all uppercase letters. And then, if we if we have a match with any of them, we can specify the string that we want to use for replacement, and it's still a dot. And nothing happened, yes, because we don't have any uppercase letter. So let's add another element, apple or uppercase. And it replaced the first letter, the letter A, with the dot. So it should work fine. Now we can write the solution here on the website. I think it's the whole theory that we need to know. We are reading an array. We change the default delimiter because we are not reading the elements of array separated by spaces as it is in the default. They are separated by new lines, so we have to change this. Then we have to specify that we are reading an array with -a flag, and then we can give a name to our array, countries, and we can simply echo countries, all the elements, and now we want to replace capital letters, the first occurrence of capital letter, the first capital letter in the string, with dot. Let's see, it's wrong. I forgot to pass the variable. It's simply treated it as normal text. And now it's green. Everything looks fine. Let's submit the code and see if it's still all green.